All right, guys, welcome back to the DC show.
In today's video, we're going to be wrapping up our X-Men fan casting by discussing some of the X-Men villains. Stick around.
All right, guys, so the first villain we're going to be covering today is Victor Creed, a.k.a. Sabretooth.
Yeah, so he's pretty much the antagonist to Wolverine.
Yeah.
They both were part of the Weapon X program. He has a really fast healing factor, kind of like Wolverine.
Superhuman senses.
Yeah.
He's got sharp claws and teeth.
Yeah. He kind of embraces his primal, urges and stuff opposed to Wolverine. He tries to kind of suppress them for the most part. Yeah. He kills for pleasure as well as a hired mercenary.
Yeah.
He's kind of competition with Wolverine all the time.
Yeah. And originally in the comics, he was like more of just a human. He was like a serial killer, and then they wrote him in as a mutant with kind of similar powers to Wolverine.
Yep. So, I definitely went with someone that just seemed kind of like primal and just, can really tap into that raw emotion. I don't know. You want me to just tell you who I cast first?
He's my top pick too, so I might as well go into it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of people's top picks. Jason Momoa. I mean, I didn't even keep digging in. As soon as I was thinking about Sabretooth, I was like, dude, like Jason Momoa. Like,
he's in Dune and Game of Thrones and nothing else.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it, right?
That's the only thing
all he's known for.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I think he'd be able to really embody that role and just be awesome.
Yeah, he's my top pick for sure too. I did have a few other choices like I usually do. My other choice was Ryan Hurst, who was in a lot of things. He was also in The Walking Dead. He was in Remember the Titans. He voices Thor in the new God of War game.
Oh, God of War, okay.
God of War Ragnarok. He voices Thor in that, so he has kind of that powerful thing, so he could easily pull it off. And then the other one was, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, I apologize, but like Pilu Asbeck. He was also in Game of Thrones as Euron Greyjoy.
Oh yeah.
And he's also in the movie Uncharted with Tom Holland, so there's going to be some connection there. So I don't know. I thought any of them would be good, but my ultimate pick is also Jason Momoa.
Yeah, and I think the majority of fans out there would agree with that.
Yeah,
that casting.
I think him for either that or Kraven the Hunter, but they already have a Kraven cast, so definitely, if they can get him, let's do it.
All right, guys. So the next X-Men villain we're going to discuss is the Juggernaut.
Yeah, Juggernaut, aka Kane Marco.
Yeah,
he's the stepbrother of Charles Xavier,
and for whatever reason, he always wants to kill him.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's 9'5", 1,900 pounds,
almost virtually unstoppable.
Yeah,
just kind of his power. He just run right through everything.
Even though he was pretty badass in Deadpool 2, they definitely did him a little dirty because of probably timing and money and stuff. Because he got beat pretty quickly, but he's very difficult to take down. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had to give Colossus a moment because he got destroyed by Angel Dust a little bit too much, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, I mean, that's going to be tough to cast, man. I mean, he's huge, super imposing. I mean, there are a few big guys out there you can use.
Yeah, I like Hafthor Bjornsson, I believe is pronounced, from Game of Thrones. He played the Mountain. He's a huge dude, obviously, so they can easily make him the Juggernaut, and CGI can make him even bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I think he'd be my top choice if they didn't do him what you were going to suggest.
Yeah, so I think even if you cast him, which is not a bad idea, I definitely think you should have someone, even for the motion capture, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to make him 2.5 feet taller, like he needs to be huge. So you're going to need to use CGI, in my opinion. I don't think they did a bad job with Deadpool 2.
No, it
not in
really
that
good
costume.
Yeah. This is like in a prison costume, not just traditional.
Yeah. Find a different costume to put him in. Maybe make his helmet a little broader, because it almost like is the full width of his shoulders, practically.
Yeah.
But I think you could do it going CGI.
Probably not have him talk as much because Ryan Reynolds voiced him in Deadpool 2.
I agree.
But I mean, Juggernaut doesn't really talk a lot.
He doesn't talk a lot. I mean, other than yelling out, Xavier, whatever, he's going after his brother, or stepbrother. But, he doesn't need to talk a lot. You can let Ryan Reynolds still voice him if you want.
Yeah, don't have to say as much.
I don't think it would be an issue.
Yeah, I think he sounded just fine and
just
talked a little bit too much, but that's kind of Ryan's thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're going to bring Deadpool into the MCU just for the continuity anyways, keep him pretty much the same, maybe a little tweak here and there.
Yeah.
But that's what I would do. I would keep him CGI. You're not really going to see his face at all, so you don't even need to have any sort of motion capture of the face really for emotions and such.
Yeah.
So I say do the guy CGI.
Sure.
Maybe an actor for the movements of his body to make more natural.
Yeah, and if they do want him to talk some, another good actor I was thinking about would be Gerard Butler. Like he would be a good motion capture, but still do mostly CGI because he's a great actor. So if they're going to have him be a bigger name,
and he's done a lot of voice acting too.
Sure.
So it wouldn't be an issue not seeing his face much,
Yeah.
So.
Or a little part.
I'm going to throw this in there real quick, just a little background on the Juggernaut. So he's imbued with the power of Sidorak. He's basically an alien deity. Later on, there's a pretty cool storyline where Colossus actually is imbued with the power of Sidorak, and he becomes insane.
The Unstoppable Colossus.
Unstoppable Colossus.
Pretty badass looking.
We'll try to find a crazy picture of him when he starts to really
rage out.
He gets these crazy horns on his shoulders or whatever. And
that's when he needs to come to Outburst Rage Room.
Yes. I don't think there'd be much left afterwards, but that's probably what he should do. Get out some of that anger. But yeah, so Juggernaut, he's got the power of Sidorak, and he's just a crazy alien deity, and that's what I thought you should know about that.
So because he's not a mutant.
He's not a mutant.
But he is stepbrothers with a mutant.
And he is 9'5" for some reason.
9'5", yeah.
How is he 9'5" and he's not a mutant?
Does Sidorak make him taller?
I don't know. I don't know.
I have to learn more about his backstory.
And is it Sidorak or is it Sidorak?
Sidorak? I've heard.
And then Stan Lee says Sidorak.
Sidorak. Imbued with the powers of Sidorak. Mr. Stan Lee.
Mr. Stan Lee.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Got to meet him, so that was awesome.
And he is one of the creators of the Juggernaut. So I think
Sidorak?
Yeah.
Imbued with the powers of Sidorak.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Our next fan casting is going to be for Emma Frost, a.k.a. the White Queen.
Yeah, so Emma Frost, she does have a stint later on in the comics where she actually joins and works with the X-Men. Has a relationship with Scott Summers. She kind of manipulates him a little bit, and
she's not perfect, so she's kind of still a little evil.
Yeah, but so her abilities, she's a really strong telepath, and she could turn her flesh into flexible diamond, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't think she's quite as powerful of a telepath as Jean Grey, but she's up there. Yeah. She's definitely very powerful.
All right, so who do you have for your casting for Emma Frost?
Well, one of the ideas I had, and she's technically been in the MCU, so it might disqualify her depending on how you feel about it, but it was Natalie Dormer. Yeah. She had such a brief stint, one scene.
The First Avenger.
The First Avenger, yeah. So, I think people would forgive that and let her be a more, prominent role. But if not, the one I actually think I'd rather see anyways is Lucy Boynton. Mm-hmm. She's more well-known right now probably for Bohemian Rhapsody, but I actually first saw her in a little Irish movie called Sing Street. I think she'd really be able to pull off the role. She's a great actress.
We'll check that out. So one of my choices that I thought would be pretty good, I don't know her in a whole lot, was Brianne Howery. She's in The Passage, and she was on the show Dollface. But my main choice, and I think she looks perfect from the images I've seen, which obviously will be on the screen, is Catherine Winick. Winick. Yeah, gotcha. Winick. She's in Big Sky. She's also in Vikings. She just, to me, embodies her look.
Right on.
So that's who we got.
Sounds good. All right, guys. The next X-Men villain we're going to discuss is Nathaniel Essex, a.k.a. Mr. Sinister.
So he's kind of he's a human that does genetic testing, and he hooks up with Apocalypse at some point, and Apocalypse kind of change him into the kind of form he's at, and then he does more experimentations on himself to become the kind of the creepy, vampiric looking monster that
he essentially makes himself into a mutant artificially.
So and he creates other mutants artificially in these breeding pits, sinister breeding pits they're called. Mm-hmm. And just not a good dude.
He's kind of had his hand in a lot of things, events in the X-Men comics, behind the scenes.
But ultimately he knows that's the next step in the evolution, and he's trying to push for mutant kind. So
yep.
Kind of on the same page with Apocalypse's goals.
Yeah. So this is someone that hopefully will make multiple appearances through some films and not just, one off.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him kind of manipulating things behind the scenes for a while.
Like a Loki type character, where he just kind of pops up here and there, just doing different Sinister stuff.
Just like with Loki, hopefully there's someone else, kind of we'll talk about in a little bit, someone else even behind him kind of almost like the Thanos situation,
Yeah.
kind of pulling all the strings behind the scenes.
We all know who it is.
Juggernaut.
What?
What?
Kane Marco?
Yeah.
Okay. So who did you have for your casting, or who did you think for Mr. Sinister?
So there was one casting that everyone keeps talking about, and it was Jon Hamm, and I guess he was kind of gonna be doing that role.
Yeah, they were gonna like film it, and they ended up cutting it for the New Mutants, and I also heard Legion even.
Yeah.
They were going to film him as Mr. Sinister, so obviously he would be a good fit because they were already considering it.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Jon Hamm. He's a really good actor. I definitely think he could pull it off.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to pick someone, that it probably wouldn't have been him. Okay. I think there's a couple of other guys out there that can do a good job. So one of them I put down is someone I cast in the previous video, and that's Tom Ellis.
Yep, I had him as well.
Yeah, I chose him previously for Gambit, and I still think he'd be great in that role. But if they choose someone else for Gambit,
I mean, can't get much sinister than Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of been playing that character almost already anyways. Yeah. But yeah, I think he could definitely pull off that role. Another one, though, that I would love to see, I know people have been fan casting this guy in a lot of other MCU roles.
Yeah.
Is Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
I definitely think he could pull it off. And I really want to see him get a really like good recurring role in the MCU.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other person I thought that would be a good fit would be Luke Evans, who was Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. I think he has the look, so he can definitely probably pull it off in the acting chops for sure. I think he could be a nice evil villain for sure, being Gaston.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not a bad choice.
Who do you like? Who's your Mr. Sinister? All right, guys. So our next X-Men villain that we're going to be discussing is Raven Darkholm, aka Mystique.
Yeah, so Mystique's been around a long time. Really don't know a lot about her past and how long she's been around. Shapeshifter. She could manipulate her body to look like pretty much anyone.
Everyone.
Yeah, and so she's really skilled at kind of espionage and
hand-to-hand combat.
Yep.
And also, when she's in her traditional form, she's got like a dark blue skin, yellow eyes, red hair. Yeah, she's just kind of badass because she can do so many different things, and she's really, she loves what she does. She's very passionate and trying to do the mission, right?
Definitely. Yep.
For the Brotherhood, yeah.
Yeah. She's kind of had weird history with the X-Men. I think she's actually worked with them.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, like the movies, Days Future Past and stuff.
Yeah, I think they embraced that a little too much probably. But yeah, so she's got I think she like is mother of Nightcrawler, or at least helped raise him at some point.
Threw him off of a cliff or something. No?
Oh,
wow.
Got
rid of him.
Yeah, and also I think helped to raise Rogue at some point too. Interesting history with her. She did some mothering. I don't know.
All right, so who did you have for Mystique?
Well, one of the people on the list that you see a lot, that a lot of other people are fan casting, was Ana de Armas. Yeah. And I definitely think she could do a really good job with the role.
She's definitely one of my picks for sure.
Yeah, I would be totally okay with that choice. I think she could pull it off for sure. But there's another actress that I think deserves to get back into the limelight a little bit that we haven't seen in too many projects lately, and that's Megan Fox.
Yeah.
I know not a lot of people are talking about that, but I think she could definitely pull off the role. She's very confident, which Mystique is.
Sexy.
Yeah, she's very attractive, which again Mystique is as well. Especially if you're into the blue skin, yellow eye thing.
We know all that.
Yeah.
I am.
Yep. But yeah, I would love to see her come back and join the MCU.
Yeah, that's cool. That's who I had, and then the other person that I had was Alexandra Daddario, who we had for Rogue and someone else as well.
Yeah, I think she could fit in.
She could fit in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
She's definitely a shapeshifter, so she could easily do it.
I see what you did there.
Did you?
Yeah, you like made a joke about her playing Mystique and like how she could shapeshift and.
I didn't get that.
Oh. All right, guys. So the next X-Men villain we're going to discuss is Eric Lyncher, aka Magneto.
Yep. So Magneto, obviously, a lot of people are aware of him because of the previous movies, but he has the power to control magnetism and manipulate metal.
Yeah.
He can fly because of the magnetism in the earth, and
you can do almost everything because
pretty much, yeah.
Which
is super powerful.
That leads into something, a topic we need to address, right? So his background is really crucial to the development of his character.
Sure.
He is a Holocaust survivor. The only way you can make him be a Holocaust survivor and cast someone who's like not
in 2025 or whatever year they're in, 26.
There has to be either a different backstory or something. So,
or the suggestion you told me is just he's a mutant, so he doesn't age as fast.
He's a mutant. He's constantly controlling magnetism. Who knows what that does?
He could be still aging. Really old. Yeah, he could still be really old, but just not look as old.
Yeah, I don't think there's any event in history that's happened that would have that significant of an impact on him to make him the person he became. He basically has seen the worst in humanity. He's ready for evolution, the evolution of mutants. He's ready for them to move on and become the dominant, species in the world.
For sure.
Because again, he's seen what evil humans can create.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's another event. I don't think you could kick him into a later, era and have him be the same person. So I say you keep him as a Holocaust survivor. Yeah. Just say, hey, he's not aging as quickly for whatever reason. Maybe it's just directly one of his powers. Maybe it's due to his current power he has. Yeah. So did you have any good actors for this role?
Of course. Yeah. I definitely like Daniel Craig for that role. I think he can definitely pull it off. He looked really good in some of the fan art that I saw that I'll post up. But I think ultimately we both agree on who should be the next Magneto.
Yeah, I did have one other person that I thought would be interesting for the role, and that's Daniel Day-Lewis. But I'm pretty sure he officially retired. I don't think he's acting anymore. He's such a big name actor. You'd have to really do something to persuade him to come back in and do some acting. But yeah, the person I think that almost the whole community of Marvel fans agrees on is Jason Isaacs.
Yep. Lucius Malfoy.
Yeah, he'd look amazing in that role. I've seen some, fan art with him with that blonde, that white hair. Yeah, he just nails
spot
the look.
On. I hope that's who they cast. Of all the fan castings, that's one I just hope that they do.
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs for sure.
Yeah, I think it's hands down. That's it.
They can use Daniel Craig for something else.
Yep.
All right, guys. So the final villain that we'll be discussing today is Sabanur Aka Apocalypse.
Yeah, I believe he's chronologically the first mutant from ancient Egypt.
Yep. Born and raised.
Yeah. He can pretty much manipulate the molecules of his body into almost anything.
Kind of becomes a cyborg at some point.
Yeah. So, man,
he's 7 foot tall initially, but he can grow exponentially.
Yeah.
Super big.
Like I said, he pretty much turned into whatever and changed whatever he wants to do, make himself as big or small
essentially
as he wants.
A god.
Yeah. And he was worshipped as a god in ancient Egypt. And his previous casting of Oscar Isaac was...
It's fine. Yeah.
No, it was not fine. Oscar Isaac's great. The writing, costume design, it was just awful, in my opinion. Oscar Isaac's not a really tall actor, and they didn't do anything to increase his size or anything. He's just like this short dude walking around with all these other
same
dudes.
height as Olivia Munn.
Yeah, he gets taken out by these young mutants who really don't have any training, and the movie was not good.
Hopefully they don't rush into it, but when they get to Apocalypse, hopefully they'll do it right and do it justice.
Yeah, like I was saying when we were discussing Mr. Sinister, Apocalypse should be the Thanos of the X-Men movies. Yeah. He needs to be the one behind the scenes, pulling all the strings, controlling Mr. Sinister, and hopefully he's just this really super imposing villain that they have to face.
Yeah. So we were hoping that all of Phase 7 would be mostly focused on the mutants, and he would be the big bad of that series, would be Apocalypse, is what I would think.
Yeah, I think he would be the kind of overarching villain of an entire phase if I had it my way.
Yeah, they could have maybe so many different
phases, depending on how much they want to get into it. There's so many different stories in the X-Men comics, so there's a lot to pull from. So
just like with Juggernaut, we were kind of thinking that ultimately the best way to do it would be CGI.
Yeah.
So, and who did you think would be a good voice actor?
So I chose Clancy Brown. He's done a ton of voices, a bunch of even Marvel cartoons and stuff. He actually was in Starship Troopers, if you remember that movie, going back a little ways. He did voice a character in the MCU. He did the voice of Surtur in Thor Ragnarok.
Big monster.
But Dude, he's so diverse with his voice. You'd never know he was the same guy.
Yeah.
He has a very commanding voice. He could do pretty much almost any accent you could think of. So he really could just, embody whatever they want him to do. But he has a real powerful, deep voice.
Yeah.
So I think it'll work for that character.
Yeah. That's why I went with Keith David, because he also does a lot of voiceover work, and he's got that deep, grumbly voice where he could easily pull off the role. All right, so the other person that I thought would be good for Apocalypse would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, some of the fan art looks kind of silly, which I'll post up here, but he's a pretty big dude, so they can easily like make him a little bigger, kind of like with the Mountain for Juggernaut, and just make him look even bigger. And also CGI, of course, could enhance any of that. So.
Well, I mean, he's super popular as well, so a ton of people would like to see him probably do a role like that.
Yeah.
And it would just be a matter of whether or not he can kind of like lean into that more real serious, dark tone.
Yeah, I think he could do it. He's played like a heel in wrestling where he's the bad guy, So I think he can definitely pull it off.
True, and if he does pull it off, that would probably open the door to a ton more different types of roles.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already could be cast in almost anything, and people will go see it. So if he could pull off a real serious, dark role like this. Man, sky's the limits for him.
For sure. That kid's going places.
Make sure you check out our previous videos in the series. The links will be in the description. All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up our X-Men fan casting series.
Let us know in the comments any other Marvel characters you'd like us to fan cast.
Go ahead and check out our merch store and our Instagram page.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
And have a marvelous day. Yep.
I love you, Dwayne. I love him too. Nice. Just like we like Taika. I like Dwayne.
Yeah. Love you, Taika.
I would love Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to become a business partner at Outburst Rage Room. I always thought that would be cool to partner with him. He seems like a fun guy.
Yeah.
So if you ever somehow see this, The Rock, hit me up.
Mm-hmm. Hit him up.
Business. Hit me up. Knock me out. That'd be pretty cool.
His phone rings.
We knocked out by The Rock. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, man.
Story.
Wow.
All right, I'll do it. I'll do it live on a live stream for our Patreon fans. Get knocked out by The Rock. Subscribe.
I'd watch that.
I think a lot of people would.
I'd pay at least $1 for that.
Unless there's some people we missed, leave us a comment and let us know. We'll make another video.
There's no one we missed. There's no way.
There's at least thousands of other X-Men and mutants.
I just think you shouldn't say unless there's someone we missed. You should say unless there's someone else you'd like to hear us or something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We missed a lot.
We didn't miss any.
We missed a lot.
We
intentionally skipped Jubilee.
I didn't.
I did. Actually, I intentionally skipped Dazzler.
Yeah.
What about what's the dude who creates the Sentinels?
Tyrion Lannister?
Yeah, Tyrion Lannister. What if Peter Dinklage? What if they want you to cast Peter Dinklage?
Oh, he's already in the MCU.
That's true.
Eitri.
Characters in general. Like, it doesn't have to be X-Men. Like,
sure.
If someone wants us to fan cast the Nova Corps,
sure,
we're not going to do it.
But anything else?
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our... No, one more time. Sorry. All right, guys, that's going to... I went in too quick. I didn't have enough pause in between my other take to let you... I just came in hot, I came in hot.
You are hot.
A little too... Ooh. Have a marvelous day. Whoa. Is that going to be in there?
I might cut it. I might not. Let's go get some food. I'm hungry.
Let's go get some food. I'm hungry and tired. Later, guys. That
ends our live stream.
Man, that was brutal.
Oh,
you got a little bit of lint on your... Let me see. I think you got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Welcome back to the DC show. In this video, we'll be discussing the...
Thanks to G-Matrix art. I'm just joking.
Whatever.
I kid. We don't like that guy.
What? I never met him.
I haven't met him either.
Jacob has.
You know G-Matrix art? I don't know.
He likes to busk.
Does he? Or does Jacob? Jacob does. Thanks for joining us.
We're on a live stream, right?
Oh, man.
If this is a live stream, it'd be horrible.
Oh, geez. It's like the best live stream ever. And like 3 hours of us trying to learn how to use lights and then not knowing how to white balance the camera.
And it still doesn't look like we want it to, but we're working on it. It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room.
We have some lights.
We could have made it in the shape of an elephant. No,
Probably not. We need some more of them.
we need a lot more to do that.
But, you know, we're trying something.
Yep, we're trying something. We'll figure it out eventually. This is just our temporary recording.
Yeah, we got to upgrade our studio soon.
Yeah. Once all the money's rolling in, and we're just like,
So we need you to like and subscribe.
like and subscribe if you want better lighting.
And some comments if you want these videos to be better.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of money rolling in would definitely help make them better.
We don't have any sponsors yet, so if you're a sponsor and you're watching this, sorry.
Yeah, Nord. Yeah, Nord.
NordVPN, the Noid.
Noid VPN.
Yeah, we should start our own VPN, call it Noid.
Called Noid. That'd be funny. I think we'd get sued by Nord and by Domino's.
Yep.
Probably. Both of which are not sponsors.
Nope. We don't have any sponsors
clear.
except for Outburst Rage Room. Because we film here.
Yep, it's true. Come on down to Outburst Rage Room. Oh, burst your rage.
What?
Something like that.
It's not my slogan.
Oh, it's not?
Oh, burst your rage.
Burst your rage. That's your new slogan now.
Oh, no.
Today's video, we're going to be fan casting some of the more... no, I don't know. Say more popular again. Sorry.
Some of the slightly more
So
popular.
slightly, a little bit, maybe,
Just a
possibly,
tiny more popular
for some
villains.
people, more popular villains.
Yeah, like Toad might be someone's favorite.
That's
We're not
true.
talking about Toad.
Yeah, he's not popular.
No.
No.
We should talk about Onslaught. Onslaught's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's
I don't
true.
think it's going to be an MCU anytime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What about the Unstoppable Colossus? He actually becomes kind of like crazy.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
They've already met up in the
Not
Deadpool.
not technically a villain, but kind of.
Kind of like the Hulk, like where he can just rage out and go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Starts to kind of consume him. Yeah.
Sitarek.
Yeah.
in this video.
Thanks to G Matrix.
That's what you really want. And go
No,
for it,
no,
dude.
no, I don't. I want something else to say, and I'm like say that. I'm not really gonna say that. I'm not saying that.
You already said it like 7 times.
Hey, you're the one who put it in the outtakes afterwards.
That's true.
Yeah, we didn't have to.
That's true.
I think I said cut that, and then you're like, it's going in.
Welcome back to the DC show, guys. Guys.
You know, I don't know, but thank you, because you know it was time for someone
for
else
me to say guys?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I say guys.
And mess up.
Were you thinking about? Corey always says guys all the time.
Ladies.
Nerd babies.
Oh no, not that again.
Oh, yeah,
So we're over that.
sorry.
MT's gonna kick our ass.
Probably.
He seems like a very violent person.
I bet you could throw down.
He probably could.
Yeah.
He cusses sometimes. It scares me.
I know. You ever watched The Break Room?
Yeah.
Man, this guy is.
All right. Who is Sabretooth on camera?
It's a prehistoric cat. That
To Wolverine. Just in particular as an enemy of Wolverine. He's no way related. Their relationship is special, having worked together as colleagues in the past. Sabretooth became aware of Wolverine as the ultimate refutation of his own animal instincts, someone who is exactly like him but pretending to be better. So it's like a natural, like...
is Sabretooth a mutant?
I would hope so. I don't know. This is going to be a bad one.
This will be so good. This is the video we should have live streamed.
Shit. And then, so Juggernaut next. And you can start off with
The
this one.
Juggernaut.
Bitch.
Yeah.
B word. All right.
So next one's be Juggernaut, and I cast Doug.
What?
No, I
You
don't
already
know.
cast me for Gambit.
Oh, yeah. Was it Gambit?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember who I cast you. Oh, yeah, because you threw the card and almost killed me.
Almost killed you at Lowe's.
Almost got my eye hole. As is, at some point, Apocalypse, by the way.
Quick home.
Yeah.
Nice.
He shows up. Basically, all these mutants show up, and he shows up, and they're like, "We have a problem." He's like, "No, man. Like this is."
Oh, I think I remember seeing
So
that.
this is what I wanted for you guys, you know. Like,
That's right.
yeah, he wants the mutants to be successful and stuff, you know. So kind of interesting.
Because he's their dad.
He is. They're the mutant babies, and he's the
These are the nerd babies.
mutant daddy.
He's the nerd mutant baby.
Yeah.
She's a qualification in sex therapy and a college degree in business administration.
Good for her. You know, I always thought she could be a businesswoman.
So why not? I don't know enough about these characters, sadly. But I'll learn. So who did you...
That's it. He's not a great dude.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
very
okay.
sinister. And he's a mister.
He's got pointy teeth, so he can't be great.
Yeah, no, and he looks scary. So there,
It's true. He does look scary.
he might have an image up somewhere in this area.
He might. I have an image somewhere, like, right. I think he's right here.
Oh my, Mr. Sinister.
It's like that old college humor review. How much teeth do you want, Mr. Sinister?
Oh jeez. No, thank you. What are his powers? Or he's just a doctor.
I think he's just like, yeah. I mean, he's like really smart, so he can like do stuff.
Ooh, his alias is also White Devil at one point, or Pale Man.
Wow.
Their home planet's Mars. Place of birth is Sinister breeding pits.
Jeez, that sounds sinister. But I don't think that people need to know he's a chimera.
They do. They need to know. Yeah, so who do you have for your casting?
I don't remember.
There you go.
I'm so tired for some reason. I'm really sorry.
We have one that's the same, and then yours other one.
Yeah, I know now. I'm sorry. I didn't want to stare down at my list when you asked me.
Sure. Check out our other videos. We have the other X-Men fan casting videos. Check those out too. Leave us some comments. We want to make some more videos if you know some people you'd like us to cast that we did not cast.
Maybe just the fact that he's controlling
aging.
magnetism is slowing his aging. I don't know.
With the magnets and the...
Yeah. It's like, I think, was it that?
What are
Andrew
magnets
guy?
and how do they work?
Yeah. What is this so-called magnetism and how does it affect your aging? Yeah.
That's going to be the next trend, putting magnets all over your face to de-age.
Yeah.
It's a fountain of youth. Try it.
Wait.
Buy some magnets from us.
That's why I got the vaccination. So I'm magnetic, right? Like spoons and stuff will stick to you.
That's what they said, right?
Yeah. It didn't work for you?
No.
Dude, I was like, I go to grab a spoon and everything would just come out of the drawer and just like
I got a metal stick to my forehead, but that's about it.
A knife flew right at me, right in the shoulder.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So we're getting way off.
It was a bread knife, but
Oh, Jesus.
no, it was a bread knife. Those can be sharp, but those are like serrated. Oh man. It was one of those little short butter knives. It was a plastic knife.
What? How did it stick to you then? Oh my God, we're too tired and loopy.
Sorry. And I started talking about his previous. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm just all over the place today.
You're all right.
I'm glad we're recording, but today's one of those days I'm like, we should have just hung out.
Okay. So how do you say his name?
Good luck.
Evan.
He's Egyptian. It's said in hieroglyphs, so I don't know how to pronounce it.
How to pronounce meow meow?
Meow meow.
Apocalypse.
I set this up just right so that Doug would have to say his name and not me.
Sabanur.
Nur.
Sabanur.
It's like 10 minutes of useful footage, and the other 5 hours and 50 minutes is just like
Hardcore porn. What? Sorry.
I thought we cut that out.
No, we will, but doesn't mean it's not there.
Okay. Cut out. I mean, it's not there. It never existed.
You can buy that on our website when we have one. We're gonna have a Patreon soon, so look out for that. We'll hopefully do some live streams, because then you could see us being this goofy, and then some of this stuff will definitely be cut for sure. But you know, on the live streams, if you're a Patreon supporter, you'll be able to see some of that fun stuff and some behind the scenes. The scenes.
And hopefully the behind the scenes stuff isn't this long and butchered, but
We won't bore you. We're just having our off day because we're tired.
Yeah, let us know if you'd like us to see just some live streams on YouTube. We're curious in getting some fan feedback on that. We'd love to have some conversations with you guys live.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
We want to interact physically. Come see us.
And emotionally.
On our tour of the city.
And maybe sometimes spiritually. But mostly just like emotionally. I really need the interaction.
What? Isn't that what I'm for?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So
let's finish this
Apocalypse.
off. What? Now?
Yeah, it's happening.
Apocalypse now?
No.
Okay.
No. That's it.
End of it.
And
good night.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.